this condition.
Hopefully neither.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. I'm your host and sometimes referee Zach Pearson, and today I'm joined by the month we all wish was in a field of trees. A one Dre Mayfield.
Final Flash!
You know, just for that, I'm going to have so much footage of Vegeta becoming my bitch that you're going to think he's the hoe of all Saiyans. And joined by our returning non-penile person of the hour, Miss Raven.
Hi.
You should learn to speak louder than that. Anyways, I'm just going to turn your mic up just because I feel like you're going to go into a baby voice or something.
No, I'll start yelling. It's fine.
Pretend it's Trump's face. That helps a lot of people yell.
No.
That doesn't help you yell?
I mean, that would, I would destroy this entire mechanism.
Not the first time I've heard that. All right, so today's topics are very, very non-traditional because it's more like a reaction with no true set answers. Number one, Microsoft claimed Microsoft is claiming they reconstructed their E3 lineup. Do you think it's enough to win back gamers? FYI, Microsoft is set to become the third place sometime this year between Sony, Nintendo, and anybody else. Really, they're more like fourth string, but those are the two that people know the most of.
Sega.
In 1998, maybe. Anyways, well, let's start with somebody who's actually touched a Microsoft system before. Raven.
That's the thing, though. I mean, I don't have Xbox.
Well, do you think that they can't stage a comeback with their restructuring of how they approach their whole gaming lineup?
I don't know. They're gonna have their major fan base. People are gonna be forever loyal to it. But I mean, I did see that one of my friends noticed that a bunch of games that they were looking forward to are not going to be featured or coming out when they thought they would or whatever have you. I don't pay attention to Microsoft very much. I really don't.
No,
I don't know what to tell you.
I wouldn't even feel embarrassed because all bullshit aside, there's really only been two people championing Microsoft on this podcast, and them asses ain't here. So let's just say I'm expecting an echo. All right, Dre, what about you? What do you think they got to do? Or do you think that their restructuring how they handle their games and also their E3 promotional lineup is going to pull their asses out of the third place fire? There's less of an echo when you're further away.
Can you elaborate that?
Okay, so long story short, Microsoft has a lot of things that are not panning out how they plan. Basically everything. They have market weaknesses left, right, up, down, front, and center when it comes to the gaming section. However, they are consistently producing halfway decent hardware, and they're still trying to get their software in as many non-Microsoft hands as possible. And they've initiated an initiative, no pun intended, that has them seeing basically the attempts to get their software either linked directly via third party or first party on PC and PC-like devices. And not to mention they have now started a streaming service to where anyone can get Microsoft games directly on their system with a monthly fee, kind of like a in-house Netflix, which pissed off a lot of retailers. Do you think all of that is enough to fix shit for them? Or at least stop them from being number 3?
It'll be a start. Because that last part was all, oh, you can play Xbox games on. What, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we didn't say you.
Okay, basically the whole you can play Xbox games, but you gotta pay a fee for it. It's kind of outrageous, and most gamers don't want to most gamers don't want to do that. They didn't even want to do it with the whole, PlayStation Now thing or whatever.
Bring this to
Basically,
my
if they're on
funeral
the
and
right
show it to
track
my
to
mom,
fix
okay?
things,
Why?
it's gonna be like
Because she collects these types of things, and she has one for my dad. So
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna take a work in progress.
okay. So you feel like it's a step in the right direction, but not a big enough step.
No, it'll take about maybe 2 to 3 years for that to happen.
If they have that long.
Are they making a new Halo?
That used to be their saving grace, but they didn't
It was
fuck that up
the-
so
It was
much.
the only thing they had. Guys, we have Halo.
Yay!
Full job.
And then all those motherfuckers left and they're making Destiny, which outsells Halo.
Yeah.
Burn. They could have been nice about it. They could have had crossover promotional shit. But no.
That's bogus. How can Disney outsell Halo?
Did you say Disney?
That's what I heard too.
No, I mean that.
It sound like you said Disney, bruh. You in the wrong kingdom.
I meant Destiny.
You in the wrong kingdom, bruh. Uh-huh. Okay. Second. Oh wait, no, me. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I think they could turn it around, which is weird because I'm still not gonna buy their shit. But the problem with the economy, let alone gaming in general, right now, is that shit costs too much. So if I have a game and I say $60, and I'm already gonna try to nickel and dime another 60 or $40 out of my consumer, because I know that through distribution and money changing hands and taxes, I'm getting the least amount of money from my own fucking product. True story, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with some type of DLC, but I would make it cheap. That way I can ensure more people have bought it. Because the more expensive the DLC is, the less people who are gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So having a stream like Netflix service and it works is great. Because now you've got every price option. You've got the piss poor gamer and you went up. But at the same time, I understand the blight of the retailer. I work for, as you all know, I work for a digital retailer. We specialize in used material, but that doesn't change anything. We can get new shit if we want to, but we choose not to because if you don't have a physical location, selling new shit at a discount is almost the same as selling at a loss. It can get you popularity, but you won't be able to maintain or keep it up unless you have an exhaustible amount of money as a loss and you have more than one source of income from those sales of games. We don't have that. So even though we can do it, or we usually do it in bursts, if it's not a system or a used game, you probably ain't gonna get it from us new. But at the same time, new is its own market. And it's a beautiful market. Whether games go all the way digital in the future, which they're not, or, we go back to the cartridge days because we finally fixed the biggest problem with cartridges, which was them costing too much for the space that was people were needing. That's actually why the CD got popular. CD is actually inferior. But it got easier to use and it was easier to manage and it was cheaper to produce. So, yeah, I think this is a step in the right direction. I just don't see them winning. Anytime soon, at least. All right, moving on to our second topic. All right. We've all seen it. To know it is to love it. I have it on my chest, as well as a piece of black armor that I wish was made out of vibranium. Black Panther. Now, not going to bore all you people or you give too many spoilery parts to people. The 4 of you that actually listen to this thing. But Killmonger's whole point and reasoning for reconstructing and causing a war with basically the entire planet was very, very simple. Everyone was not caring about everyone, and one of the only ways to do that is through force. It wasn't black people necessarily. It was people who had a shit background, shit income, and were born into poverty. Then they're going to die in poverty. He wanted to fix all of that because the first thing he noticed is that the world wasn't doing shit. My question to you is, if you have literally all the science fiction made real tools in the world and could save the world and fix its problems with nonviolence, but you knew the world was not going to let you, would you go the violent route or not? Basically, do you agree with Killmonger's methodologies based on what you know about humanity, white person? I'm sorry, colonizer. Fucking love that word.
I'm sure you do. Let's see. His general approach was more or less pretty fucking disrespectful toward the
Just call it what it is, terrorism.
a little bit, yeah. Well, he had the idea. Fuck, I can't really give much away.
No,
Either.
no, you can't.
Oh, okay. Well, not sure how to articulate this.
That's the first.
Ha ha ha.
No, that's the first time I've seen you be stumped.
Not so much stumped as I'm trying to figure out how to word it. His
Oh.
general feelings on the matter were not incorrect because he had seen the poverty and people being disenfranchised.
Yeah, firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. So he was born and raised into you know what I mean. Like he had seen that and was raised in it firsthand. So he felt the brunt of that. Watched everyone around him suffer. Essentially, and then, come to find out, where you're from, they're not just advanced. They have the
Best tech.
they have the potential to rule the fucking world, for starters. They have all the materials, they have the technology, they have Christ, if they wanted to, they could take over the world, and he was right about that. His intentions, they weren't bad. The way he went about it was wrong. But I understand, why he
Did what he did.
yeah. The pine sol fumes may be getting to me really bad.
For those of you wondering, my whole entire apartment smells like a nuclear cleaning war zone.
I'm not even done.
Hey. I feel like this is going to turn into a part 2.
No. Anyway, the sentiment behind his actions, they were thought out, he had well-meaning behind it. The way that he wanted to carry it out, that was just full on.
Terrorism.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking wrong. Like, you can't do that, come on. But you can't hate the guy at the end of the day, for some reason.
I hated that last fight scene.
Yeah.
They spent too much time falling, and it didn't even look like they were legitimately falling.
Oh yeah, soccer flops like a motherfucker.
It looked like CG motion capture. Hey, let's suspend them and turn them sideways and just have them pull and tug each other. No, no.
Ragdoll effect.
And then they didn't even bounce hard enough. Oh, it's vibranium. Okay, still though, we saw that when they do hard impacts or shockwaves, they can disperse shit from the suit. Just.
I'm mad though. When I went to go see the movie, we were in theater fucking 8. Which it was the AMC in Yorktown or whatever, and this is they must have fixed the screen. They had like a big fucking burn in it, because I went to go see I think it was Batman versus Superman in theater 8, and I was fucking mad. We ended up in that theater and they had like the brightness was down. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. It has to be like a very sunny scene. Otherwise, I'm like, I can't.
You should see that movie again. But
I do have to. Yeah, I have to see that movie again because anything that was like in a room or God forbid it during the night, I think everyone was leaning forward like, what the fuck are they doing in projections? It was like turning the brightness all the way down on your screen and trying.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll foot the bill for the next time. All right, Dre, what you think? Is Killmonger right, or was he wrong, or something in between?
We have a Wakanda in this state. Yay.
Hey, we got hidden agents everywhere. I can't do it with the surgery. But rest assured, I know the way. Like everyone forgets, I can't yell with this thing on.
I gotta show you a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Was he wrong?
Or something in the middle.
Was right.
Womp womp.
Kind of quiet. Had access to vibranium.
No. Just no.
So, I mean, he did what he did because, well, he believed that what he's been seeing with his own two eyes is
Yeah, dude's
nothing but,
part 4 in the morning.
destruction.
Did you do that?
And,
I was mad at Milton.
and was a little bit.
Well, technically, he killed himself.
He doesn't really have very good leadership skills, though.
No, that's the worst part.
Incredibly
Like,
domineering.
he could have been, if he could have been the nice guy, bad guy, the first one
Mm-hmm.
Marvel ever did. Because if you notice, they're doing unique villains now. Like ever since Loki,
Well,
Loki was the turning point.
I'm
And
so
then
nervous about Infinity Wars.
he's not gonna die.
He fucking better not.
You look, we already know who's gonna die. Yeah, like it's not even a joke. He's not. He said he's not reviving his contract like 8 years ago. He's done. The big question is, will it be Winter Soldier or
Falcon?
yeah? Because both of them
Prob-
have been Captain
They,
America.
yeah, they have. But I think Falcon's established. We have to see how Infinity Wars
Exactly,
does go. So we have
exactly.
no idea.
nah, ain't in there.
It does matter because the movies are still good, and they might make an appearance in the second one. It doesn't matter. They still might make an appearance. That could be an ending credit scene. It could be like you see Professor Xavier's wheelchair, like when the door opened, and it was like, and then you just hear, you see Wolverine leaning up against something with a cigarette. It's like, so is it finally time, Chuck? Because he never calls Charles. He calls him Chuck.
And he smokes a cigar.
And yeah, and then he says, unfortunately, Mr. Howlett or Mr. Logan, because I don't think
Mr. Logan.
because Logan. I don't think they ever gave his Logan nick alias a last name,
I
did
don't
he?
think they did either.
No, he was just Logan, aka James Howlett.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and then and I just think it'd be funny if we found out Miles Morales was at that school, Xavier School from just because we know we got Miles. That's the main reason people think Parker's gonna die, because Miles is there. No, they could make a teen movie. They already got one coming out at the end of the year, which they advertised way too early. They advertised it in December, but there's a Spider-Man movie coming out that's gonna be completely CG animated by Sony about all the Spider-Men from different dimensions,
Oh.
and they advertised it in December, even though it's coming out next December.
It's dumb.
Yes.
Fucking dumb.
Yes. I'll show you the trailers. No,
I'm
actually, I
glad.
probably shouldn't because you feel bad that it's not out right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So, Wakanda forever. All right, so that just leaves me. Given his personality and how the world affected him, I say he was wrong. Not because he was going to do it by any means necessary, because he felt like that's the only time the world learned shit. I felt like it was wrong because he didn't do it. He didn't give humanity a choice. He didn't take over Wakanda, show everybody, look, this is what we are capable of doing. This is what we can do. Everybody just has to stop being violent, lay your arms down, come to us. We'll help you and support anything ever. We won't take over. We'll just show you how to be better. And we'll make sure you get fucked if you try to use what we have for violence. But he didn't even give them the option. He went straight to his plan, his way, the only way. And as we all know, with dictators, absolute power corrupts that ass. Absolute. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. It's been a while since I read that book. It's an Orson Welles thing. Oh no, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, got two letters. Um, so I feel like he had to be stopped in some way, shape, or form. If it was not the Dora Melage or Rhino guy, who basically was a traitor, it was going to be somebody because Killmonger's problem is that he doesn't know what all of his resources was. So if you sent the Hulk in there by himself, that would have been it. Game over. Period. Period. And then there's always, well, no, Black Widow can't really infiltrate because she got that colonizer skin going on, so we will spot her ass coming a mile away. So realistically, that would just leave Sam, Captain America, and possibly Ant-Man, but they can detect Ant-Man. So theoretically, it would have just been at some point in time he pissed off the Hulk at the worst possible time. And even then, there probably would have still been a war because the rest of the world's decided, hey, guess what? We want to go fuck over Wakanda. Even if they surrender and say we're going to go back into seclusion. Nope, we want our licks back.
Mention the Hulk, and now I have the Immigrant song stuck in my head.
Colonizers. On to topic numero tres. Anita Sarkeesian, besides being a fucking prick and a jackass and well hated among, well, pretty much anybody with common sense, recently got a company in trouble. Well, more trouble than normal. I believe it was BioWare Montreal who let her come through because fucking, well, I don't even know why the fuck she was there. It was never truly explained. And they had a female group picture with her talking about girl power and shit like that, which no one actually understands what the problem was because, first off, no one accused Anthem or anything BioWare Montreal was doing of sexism, except for, ironically, Anita Sarkeesian, probably in one of her old-ass videos. And their social media immediately turned to negative shitstorm, like anything she touches. It's like the Midas touch, but instead of gold, she creates STDs and poo when she touches things. Especially
Cashmere sweater, now it is poo.
That's actually a frightening thought. So my question is, now that we understand, or at least the non-male gamers understand what type of person she is now, and she's really only out to extort money for herself, do you guys think her 15 minutes of fame is up? Or do you think this lit a new fire under her ass? And we'll start with the person that shares the same anatomy as Anita Sarkeesian.
Well,
Colonizer.
unfortunately, I don't really pay attention, so...
You know who she is, though.
No.
Holy sh... Alright, look, here's the extremely abbreviated version. She is a paid journalist. And even then, she's more like what you'd call a gopher journalist. Her job... That's not coming from you, is it? Oh, somebody else said. Her job is to basically be a writer at the last minute for any fucking thing some company feels like it. So she could be told, hey, we need somebody to write a movie about something. Anita, you doing anything? No. Okay. So one time or other, she got a hold of video games. I don't even know what the fuck first game it was she played. So she got the idea to make an informative essay presentation, because that's the only thing she knows how to do, or she thinks those are fun. To make one about tropes, stereotypes, sexism, shit that on paper it sounds like a good idea, just basically shining a light on shit that does not need to be done and just looks like blatant objectification and sexism, because that's how it is with almost any form of entertainment industry. As long as people with power can go unchecked, they will go unchecked. We've seen it with the movies, we've seen it with radio, anything you can think of. If men got there first and we were in control of it, we somehow made a dick out of it when it came to women. Even with paychecks these days. Yes, some places pay equal, some places don't pay equal. But it's so in males' favors to the point where it's just become a sweeping generalization that all businesses are paying their women less. But Anita Sarkeesian, what she actually did was, when she made this shit, she decided she wanted to keep doing it because she got attention. Because, I guess daddy didn't love her enough. Wonder why. And she tried to make a YouTube series franchise, Patreon donations, all this shit. So she eventually got over 6 figures. But then it also got found out she was paying a lot of that money to herself.
Oh, good.
Uh-huh. And she was supposed to make about 14 episodes of this tropes versus women shit. She did like 9.
Okay.
And she got an agent and has been trying to go on not book tours, trying to go on public speaking tours.
So she underproduced to begin with, took the majority of the money for herself. So, I mean,
This bitch even, I'm sorry, this human scumbag, because I don't want to derogatorily generalize. I'll insult you, but I'm not going to bring a gender into this.
Don't be mean
Even got
to
on
female
Steven.
dogs.
This garbage even got on Stephen Colbert. And here's the fucked up part. No one even talked about what she actually did or questions. She refused to do any type of public interviews or anything because she knows what's going to happen. People are going to take her to town.
Yeah.
For all of her statements, because most of it, here's the dumb part, most of her shit is recorded or she says manually through text, so she can't fucking say she didn't do it. And when she did it, after 8 years of people waiting to get to her, all she said was, I'm not disclosing the answer to these questions, that question, or that question at this time. The whole entire segment. They gave her a panel at a fucking gaming convention, at a YouTube convention, I think it was called VidCon, and no one was even doing their homework to realize, oh, she's a fraud for feminists and female equality. But the problem is, she's the face. Not a very good face, but she's the face. But the problem is that face went back where it was supposed to go, which is in a dark corner at a club because ain't nobody fucking with you.
Okay.
And then,
How the content that she did produce
was all lies. Like, she just pulled shit out of her ass. And she basically proved it because she told herself, like, I don't know how to play video games.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's literally a phony. And
A lot of fake offense and gotcha.
She's like the Ja Rule of journalism. I think you're taller than him, too. I think you're taller than him, too.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart is taller than me.
See, why you ruin that joke for me? That's exactly what I was going to say next. I said, look at it this way. Kevin Hart looks up to you. And then you ruined it for me.
He sure doesn't. I'm too tiny. Wee Man looks up to me.
I feel like you could fit in one of these almost.
No. Maybe when I was like 15.
I thought you would have been done growing by then.
I mean, I was, but a lot more limber and skinnier. More flexible. So I used to walk instead of sit down.
This Jessica I told you about that loses her shit because she thinks she got 5 pounds bigger and she's like a sumo wrestler.
Never thought I was that big.
Yes, this is that one.
Leave me alone. Get off my case.
You ever seen them old Spice commercials?
Yeah.
Look at your man. Look at him. Okay. Look at your belly. Look at his. Look at my belly.
Leave me alone.
Look at your belly.
Leave me alone.
Look at my belly.
Look at my belly.
Blood. Look at your belly. Look at DeAndre.
I can't see.
Same shirt color.
I can't see.
The point is,
My titties are in the way.
You choose not to look.
that's one of the points. The other point is that if you tried on one of my belts, you could probably lap that bitch twice. You not fat motherfucker.
Anyway, moving on.
Sharkeisha.
Yeah, let's go with that. Anita Sharkeisha. All right, so do you think her 15 minutes of fame is up, or do you think she bought herself some more time with this bullshit?
I have no idea. I hope they're up. I hope she just gets fucking buried. It'd be for the best.
Yes, it would.
Even if she does get like a second wind, I
She's
think
an insult to your gender. I can honestly say that.
Well, even if she does get a little bit more of her 15 minutes or whatever.
She ain't sorry for shit either.
No, of course not.
She got the IRS on her ass too.
But I'm saying if she garners any more attention, it's going to be her complete and utter downfall, more than the one that's already breathing down her neck. So, I mean, she's going to get buried either way. It's just a matter of whether it happens now or she's got nothing left. She's on fucking fumes.
Better go find a life up. All right. Always good to hear from a colonizer. Now, Mr. Mayfield, what you feel about Anita?
Well, I feel that she's beneath me in every way, shape, or form.
But do you want her there? No.
No, not really. Not really. No, I'm good.
Sorry.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That was a good one though. That was good.
Nah, I'm
I
actually
didn't mean
genuinely
to.
impressed. That's
But
impressive.
with this whole her seeking more attention than before is just absolutely ridiculous at this point because nobody's really even paying attention to her. What does she even have a YouTube channel?
Had
Oh, what happened to it?
she forgot it exists, and also that she doesn't even know how to video edit.
Oh,
And the guy she had quit, and now he can't even get work because he was writing her shit.
what you do?
Looking for memes.
But that's the whole thing. I mean, she had help when she didn't know shit about video editing or even video games in general.
She still don't. That's the sad part.
Yes, she still don't know shit about video games and video editing. So what do you do in this situation? Well, your 15 minutes of fame is almost up. You better go work at like Walmart or something.
Deal.
Because the way that this is going for you, Sharkeisha, or whatever the fuck your name is, you are getting to be irrelevant to the video game community. That should be a good thing for you now.
I think maybe you should just hit one of those.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Oh, was not loud enough.
You know, I contemplated getting a sound effects board. I've genuinely contemplated it on this
Okay.
podcast.
Now we do the thing. Now make hit. That's her career. Bye bye.
I was gonna say sex life, but okay.
You're not wrong. I imagine it's not very.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but yeah.
I think there's a lot of sadness for everybody.
That's an actual minigame in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Jesus.
See what it says?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, you're shaking. Well, I guess that just leaves me. I'm pretty sure I've never hidden my natural disgust for any woman who wants to roll back progress or manipulate the system and again, roll back progress. However, I feel like I should summarize because I could legitimately talk shit about her all day. Okay, so, long story short, you've been getting money that you have no business spending via donations, and you've also been ducking and dodging the IRS like your name was Trump. Except, you know, he's prettier than you. And now you reached a point where you pretty much can't even find a job that doesn't involve an agent trying to manipulate people into thinking you are what you're not. The fact that female women or female journalists or female video game players that have popularity and notoriety haven't, well, metaphorically, shit down your throat yet disgusts me. If you know who she is and you didn't say anything, I have a problem with you. I honestly do. Now, that being said, I feel like, unfortunately, she could be having a Phoenix Down situation. And for those of you who don't know what it is, Anita, Phoenix Down is a popular nickname for something coming back from the dead or being revived in a video game format. So, she could pull a Kardashian or a Hilton that could take something completely scummy, wrong, stupid, or just shouldn't be monetized if they didn't want to be monetized, and somehow try to turn it into a career as if people are going to forget that that shit happened. And I honestly, I want to be wrong. I really do want to be wrong. However, let's be honest. We all know how this thing goes. We all know how this thing goes.
Hey.
You get enough money, which she has, and no matter how messed up you are, someone will try to defend you. Yet again, look no further than Donald J. Trump, the pumpkin. So I know that sounds dark, but on to our final bit of news, or I guess news topics. Okay, so Electronic Arts, besides not apologizing, has reintroduced their whole entire DLC system into Star Wars Battlefront 2. They did modify and change it. Now everything is cosmetic based as far as the lottery goes. They're not the characters. Do you think that EA's finally learned their lesson? I'm just curious. Do y'all think EA's learned their lesson? They're not going to do some fucked up crazy shit on that scale again because they saw how scary it was? Or do you think they only did this because Disney was starting to breathe down their ass? Colonizer?
If anything, they'll invent a new method.
You just have no hope for the future.
None. Fucking none.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Mayfield? Oh, this is so funny.
Man, the only reason they did that was because of Disney.
What makes you say that?
Well, how long ago did this occur?
About 3 days ago. They finally introduced it back after all the time.
Well,
80.
Fucking
I'm
CTA.
pretty sure Disney all this time has been looking over for that, and it was only 3 days ago they just now, made this patch. I think it was about time for them to, make adjustments, seeing how poorly it was selling.
Oh, fair enough. Well, if you ask me, I think that they learned their lesson because there's only one type of customer that Electronic Arts actually fears and sucks the dick of. And that's shareholders. By the way, did y'all know that almost, I think 68% shareholders are not video game hobbyists for major companies,
Yeah,
the big boys?
You told us that.
Why would they be? It's all about money. They know what's gonna.
I'm actually sad that I couldn't surprise nobody with that shit no more. I remember when people just like, what? Okay, so basically, the CEO of EA, I think the third generation or fourth generation we're in now, came up with this idea for the most part. And not once have I seen him openly make an apology of any type whatsoever. Do I think he regrets it? Yes. But do I think he's sorry? No. I think he's sorry he didn't get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
BP oil.
damn. Damn.
Sorry. Is he naked on a bearskin rug, sending us apology videos?
Wow. I think it's a matter of they want to get their stock options back. They want to get their number up. And they thought that they could do that by being shameless whores and trying to make us pay for 1/8 of a game physically and then the rest of it digitally. The problem is nobody in the industry got the ball sack to say shit. They wait till consumers come on and get pissed. You know damn well somebody who worked there, a developer, director, was like, hey guys, this is a bad idea. I'm just going to let you know in advance. I'm still going to do what you tell me, but I'm going to tell you, this is stupid. Remember, I'm not just your employee, I'm also your consumer. Just somebody ain't got the ball sack to do the simple shit. And it sucks. Because what's going to happen is we're going to keep getting fucked. And we're going to keep getting fucked. Because they're trying to farm a generation of people who don't even grasp the concept of what? You can get everything in the game all at once when you first initially buy it? Mm-hmm. Expansion packs happen after the game is proven to be sold, not made in advance, or is actually a part of the game they already finished? It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, my guy kids, they They just now started games. But my younger cousins, like 9, 10, 12-year-olds, they're on that Fortnite life already. They say, man, I can't wait to get a job. I'm going to put like $1,000 in this game. It's like, motherfucker, have you lost your goddamn mind?
They're 10 and 9, right?
Yeah, but it's not going to change.
They're not smart.
What country do you live in?
The dumb one.
Okay, then. You know? So, no matter what happens, some shit's going to pop off. The question is, will we see the independent take over popularity, or are we going to see these big giant corporations basically start trying to pay money to kick the indies out? Because that's their only competition, and the indies don't even see themselves as competition. It's crazy. Anyways, Mr. Mayfield, closing statements that don't mention anything involving a particular Saiyan, because you're going to make me turn the game on and record footage of him getting his monkey ass whooped.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Colonizer, closing statements.
Bueno.
Don't die young.
Don't die. I'm hoping not to.
I don't want to see you end up wherever I'm at until you're at least 80. But you're not going to make it to 80. So 72, 70-ish.
Oh, and long
Do a
live
fucking 90s
Fig
series.
Newtons.
Fig Newtons.
What?
Fig Newtons are shit.
I feel like I ate those when I was a kid because my grandmother
We did.
didn't.
Yeah.
My
Because our grandparents didn't like. I have the same thing.
Yeah.
My grandmother didn't like all the fig Newtons.
But they
so she
fucking
would
had
give them to me.
cookies. They did
Yeah.
have real cookies, but they weren't for you.
Yeah. And,
You could have 2 Fig Newtons.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have the cookies.
and it was never the fucking good flavor. It was always a really, really
No, it's
shitty
fucking
reddish dark
prune.
one.
Yeah, the
You-
prune.
like it was so dark you couldn't even tell which
Fig
fruit it was.
Newtons
Fig
Fig
raspberry.
were the prince.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Don't finish that sentence. Do not finish that sentence.
The prince.
Yes,
of
Prince.
all Saiyan foods. Oh yes.
So what? That means that he got his whole family killed. Oh my god.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Frieza.
Oh, that's right. He got his son killed because he let the strongest motherfucker on the planet, who he was stronger than, get stronger on purpose.
You see, the way
So-
the way you say that, you make it sound so drastic.
I mean, it's true.
It's kind of not true.
Oh, so he didn't. So Cell didn't say, Vegeta, please, I suck your dick. Go let me get 18 up inside me. I promise I will come back and give you a challenge. I won't beat your ass. Promise. Okay.
That
Hey,
really
Dad,
didn't-
that's a really bad fucking idea. Bitch, you ain't gonna hit me. I'm your dad. Get the fuck up out of here. Huh, that little niglet actually hit me. Damn, I'm
That
proud of
really
him right
didn't
now.
I feel like we
It
need
didn't
sound
happen like
puppets
that.
for this.
I actually did do that once, but
Should
it
we have
wasn't.
little puppets
It
on
wasn't
sticks?
Cell and it wasn't Cell and Vegeta. It was Vegeta and Piccolo reminding him how much he sucked throughout the course of Dragon Ball. It was like 8 years ago. I wish I knew where they were. They weren't my side puppets.
You need an Android 16 puppet, but his head should be separate.
Don't make Gohan angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But, you know, to help him look at the birds, you just hold his head outside.
Don't make the internet angry at Android 16. They're already angry at Android 16.
For what?
Because within 24 hours, Android 16 became the most hated character in the new Dragon Ball. Because,
game?
yes, because he can do everything he did to Cell in game. And he's the only character that can do it. But that's
So?
not what's yeah, but that's not the worst part. He also has super fucking armor on, which no other character has. Even the characters wearing armor don't have super armor.
So he's just fucking broken.
Yeah, and then to top it off, he has a super armor wall bounce. So he can literally hit one button, put you on the other side of the screen, and it's not a special attack.
Well, in that case, then we need to get a little... We need to get, like, a little launcher for popsicle sticks, and you can launch his head out the window.
He's like Shaq in a video game. All he does is basketball dunks, but since it's Dragon Ball, he can turn the basketball dunks into combos. He literally jumps up, grabs you, or he grabbed you before he jumped and say, you know what, I'm still gonna jump anyway, and he literally puts you in the ground upside down.
Do you know what I'm thinking of? Shaq in that little car. I'm sorry.
I don't even know why you're sorry. It was funny, but
Imagine Shaq as Piccolo.
He's not angry enough to be Piccolo. That's the problem.
and plus, everybody know the way Shaq talk.
Yeah.
It sounds like he doesn't know how to constrict his throat. Every time I've ever seen Shaq
Doesn't he
speak.
believe the Earth is flat too?
No, that's
No,
B.O.B.
that's the-
That's that dumb fuck B.O.B. He also thinks that there were no slave ships. Why are you black?
Act-
Why is he black? Can we?
Wow.
Is there a colonizer beam I can just hit him with?
Are they ever going to bring the proton cannon to Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think they skipped it and went to the satellite. So they might put the proton beam on the satellite, or they might use the satellite laser death cannon that Tony
I
Stark
could have
has.
sworn that Shaq was a flat earther though.
If he is,
It was
that's
actually
Sony
He totally fucking is.
Kyrie
though.
Irving. that
Look
said
it
the
up.
right
Look it up.
thing.
Alright.
I don't want to ruin this man's reputation, or have maybe his chain reaction fans come at us. Man, why the fuck y'all talking shit about Shaq? Shaq ain't stupid. He got a master's degree. Shaq got a doctorate. He don't think the world flat. He does have a doctorate.
He was apparently trolling everyone. No.
Okay, just checking. Just because somebody sounds stupid, don't mean they all
No,
stupid.
he did say it though. He did say it.
Technically, you're right. He did say
But
it.
I don't believe.
He didn't mean
that-
it.
Yeah, I feel
Unlike
like
B.O.B..
I feel like he got to have a couple facts thrown in his face and he finally figured it out.
No, I think that most likely
I don't know,
B.O.B.
man.
just never got an autism check. Because that level of stupid is so high. I don't have a joke. I genuinely question, has his mental acuity ever been checked? Because I'm pretty sure we all know it. Besides the fact that this country does not value mental health because we barely fund the shit, the chances of being an African American and having some type of mental defect noted medically automatically decreases by 70% just because you're African American. So your chances are 70% less than a Caucasian's chances.
And that's not because it isn't present, it's just undiagnosed and uncared for.
Exactly. That's frightening.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And suddenly Killmonger makes a little bit more sense.
Yep.
All right. That being said, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. I've been your friendly host, neighborhood Zach Pearson. I will see you guys when I see